You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast with your host, Safan. Transmission will commence momentarily.
How you doing, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Highly Evolved. With me, Safan. You can find me on Twitter or gab.ai. Excuse me, I got a cough. In this episode, I want to talk about what Trump just did today. He just signed an executive order from colleges banning free speech. Oh, sorry, I was shaking. I think this is very important because colleges, especially coughing. Sorry, excuse me. Colleges, right? Especially state colleges, which is state run by the government, right? They can't prevent anybody from free speech, right? Because free speech is covered in the Constitution, and if you're with the government, people are allowed to say whatever you want to say. That being said, these schools out here are completely biased when it comes to free speech. They allowed leftist group to say anything what they want to do anything they want to do, right? Without consequences, right? But yet again, if you're a conservative and you want to do free speech, posting something or anything that related to free speech, you will get banned, you will get fined, you won't be promoted, you can't say anything on campus, it's prevented, and it's a real big problem. I remember college campus was the place for free speech, especially state colleges like Cal State, Cal Berkeley, and all these liberal campuses, right? Suddenly, the pendulum swing, a different president in office, suddenly free speech isn't accepted, especially on liberal campuses. When they want to be associated, they were known for many, many years. They were a stern advocate of free speech, right? Many, many years. They're notorious or well known for allowing people to have free speech, regardless of creed, religion, or whatnot, politics, right? They're allowed to happen. Suddenly, it become an issue from talking the way you want to talk, all right? As long as you're not hurting anyone. Suddenly they ban, and conservatives have been facing this kind of problem around the campus nationwide. And I think this is one solution Donald Trump did that needs to be done to prevent this thing from happening, especially your state colleges, right? If you're a public college, if you're a private colleges, then I wouldn't have an issue because you're private. You go according to your set of rules. But for state colleges, no, you can't do that, all right? You have to treat everybody fairly. If you allow the liberal people to speak, you should always allow the conservative people to speak. And he signed this historic document, this executive order today. All right, no more BS from colleges. Colleges, even though is a breeding ground for socialism. I mentioned this multiple times. These colleges are breeding ground for socialistic ideas. When I was in colleges, they had this thing called capstone, right? And majority of these capstone are social study or social study classes, which is not based on facts, is not based on science, is based on opinion. That's what it is. There's African studies, there's Asian American studies, there's black studies, there's Hispanic studies, women's studies. And these studies and these classes are not very educational classes. These classes are taught by professors who have an agenda, who have a biased opinion. All right. When I took all these classes, let me tell you what the classes I took advanced African American studies, right? I took Chicano studies. I took Asian American, Asian Pacific studies. And these classes, the correlation between these classes, right? There is no good thing that comes out of classes. They don't teach about their achievements. They only teach about their oppression. All right, that's from my experiences in these classes that I took. Every courses is about, oh, we were oppressed this, we were oppressed that. They never talk about their achievement. Oh, we were able to achieve this, we were able to achieve that, we were able to achieve this, we were able to overcome. This is what that. The United States provides us shelter. Nothing like that. It's always, no, the United States is bad. United States, bashing the country down. These classes love to bash the country. All right. United States is blah, 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 blah. It's always country bashing. These classes, they bash the country. They bash the United States of America. Each and every single one of them. They never talk about, oh, if it wasn't for America. They never talk about, if it wasn't for America, we wouldn't be living in a socialist country. We wouldn't have food in the country. Thanks to America, capitalism, we are able to come to college and study, right? They never talk about stuff like that. They always talk about, oh, America is bad because of what they did. We did that, we did that. It's always negative. If you were to take these classes, I could say this because I took this class. I experienced it, right? And you can't have an opinion because you have opinion from the instructor. He'll fail you, right? You have to suppress what you really think. All right, these classes is very biased, and they inhibit free speech. The professor asks you, "Oh, so what do you think about this?" And then everybody look at you. If you say the wrong thing, you'll be scored by the whole classes. They look at you different. All right. This is how one of many examples of free speech being hindered from classes. All right. You should be able to speak however you want to speak, as long as you're not hurting anyone. All right. This is a historical day for college campuses, and college are very toxic right now. It's a very toxic environment. There's a lot of one-sidedness. All right, it's very one-sided. They want to say, these liberals, they want to say they're open-minded. They're far from being open-minded. Their mind is so narrow. They don't want to listen to. They want to only listen to their side, but they don't want to listen to another side. How is that open-minded? That's very narrow-minded. From what I see, these colleges, these organizations in colleges especially, are narrow-minded. They don't want to listen. Right? They prevent groups like conservative body or conservative association on campuses to have a speech, preventing them from having guest speakers like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, Candace Owen from speaking on campus, Charlie Kirk, all right, chasing Turning Point USA away. That's not free speech. How's that free speech? Is a school funded by the government? Why are they so exclusive to certain people? They can't do that. That's totally against the law. That's unconstitutional. All right, you treat one side, you treat a group of people, especially the liberal, better than another group. All right, and then when you see Christian people, which is nice, Christian people are the nicest bunch of people. All right, guys, Christian are nice, and then they want to degrade them, want to belittle them. Just let them follow their religion, man. They're not hurting anybody. Jesus Christ. And they're getting persecuted a lot, especially on campus. When they have Bible study, people make fun of them. That's stupid. They should be allowed to practice what they want to believe. All right? I love Christian. But anyway, guys, Trump signed a historical document today, and that's very good news. On that note, you guys have a good day.